What is up? Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning. Damn, I gotta mow my lawn. Alright, so I gotta do this today. But first on our plate for this morning is get all the stuff out of the back of the truck, and we're going for a ride. Don't know how it's gonna run on the street. I have no idea. But we have to go through it self-learn stuff, so I'm optimistic. You know, I have a good feeling. I think it's gonna be okay. But first, I have to get all this crap out of the back of the truck, back it out. I want to clean out the cab a little bit because there's mayhem going on in there, and then we're gonna start driving a little bit. So I'll be right back with you folks. It's an exciting day. I hope this turns out to be a good day. All right, gonna pause you. We are out and about, driving around, tuning it up. Well, it's doing the tuning, not me. I'm just driving. But I drove it around for about an hour-ish with the boost controller just on wastegate spring pressure. So the boost controller off. So it's about 6 pounds, 5-6 pounds. And it felt good. You know, it felt like 6 pounds. 5-6 pounds, you know, and I wasn't hammering on it by any means. I was just driving it, you know, getting into the throttle here and there, just like they tell you to do in the manual, you know. So then after that, I went and got gas. I had to put pump gas in it, but hey, it is what it is. I can't really go E85 until I get the ethanol content sensor tied into one of my inputs. So I am going to attempt to do that this week. I have to read a little bit about it, what it wants to see. It's only one wire I need to hook up, but it's the inputs and outputs part of the software that I'm gonna have to learn. That being said, so now I got pump gas in it, about a half tank, maybe a little more. So I turned it up a little, about 50% on the boost controller, and it's starting to feel good. I'm like, okay, that's about 12 pounds. 12 to like 13 pounds, and it felt good. So I drove around for about a half hour like that, and then I brought it up to 75%, which we're on now, and it feels real good. I mean, the nose doesn't drop. Let me just put it to that way. When you're in the throttle, the nose is up the entire time. So I'm gonna pause you guys here, and then I'm just gonna head back home and do a walk around and make sure everything's happy, and we'll probably go out for some more street driving in a little while. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, we are back at the house. Been here for a little bit, letting her settle down and cool down a little bit. We're gonna go back out. I just want to go over the data log, and then I'm going to tie in the laptop, and we're going to drive around with the laptop hooked up and see if I can get it to self-learn with that and data log with the laptop. This Holley software is a little different from what I remember. So that's that. But anyway, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just tightening up. I'm just wire tying up some harnesses and cleaning up the engine bay area. Now that I'm outside and I have some working room, I can walk around, open doors, and do stuff like that. What I did notice is that my starter wire had run underneath the ABS unit, the one that I have going into the cab. It goes underneath the ABS unit, and it's not with the other harnesses, excuse me. So I cut it and put some wire loom on it, and I have it I'm gonna have it running the correct way. with all the other harnesses. So I'll show you what I mean. If you can see, here's the ABS. See, this wire goes underneath all the ABS unit, and all the other harnesses are up here. So I am going to relocate this. So I'll show you step by step how to cut this, because I'm not gonna. I have to cut the wire anyway, so I might as well do it in a nice, easy area. So I'm gonna cut it. I already have a piece of heat shrink on it. I'm gonna cut it, and we're gonna solder crimp it. So, all right. So hang with me. I'm gonna pause you and put you on a tripod. Okay, so I got the harness routed in the right position now. So now I'm just gonna strip off about 1/4 inch of each part of the wire. About 1/4 inch. So I don't know if you can see that here. Let me zoom in so you can see what the hell I'm doing here. So it's about 1/4 inch of the wire exposed, okay? So now, what we're gonna use is what is called a solder crimp. And if you watch my wiring harness video, you've seen this before. So what I do is I lay both wires together like this, okay? And we're gonna take this solder crimp, so like this, like this. Pinch that solder crimp so it holds both those wires. Hope you can see all this. And we're going to take these special crimper tools that I got, the General Motors ones, Kentmore. We're going to crimp that just like that. Okay. I'm just going to do the ends just so the heat shrink will slide on there easier. One more time in the middle, just for good measure. There. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let me see. Let me look. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So now, technically, that's crimped. I could put heat shrink on there and it'd be fine. It'd never come apart. Never gonna come apart, never gonna break. But for peace of mind, see, I got this handy dandy tool. It's made from a company called AST. And what happens is you put part of your wire here under the thing, and the other wire over here under here, and it holds them together so you can solder them. You see that? Right in the frame. Let me see. Right there. Now, take your wire, like I said. There. Put that there. This tool is great when you got two wires that aren't crimped together. And yet, you know what I mean? It's magnetic. So if you're under a dash, you could stick it to something that's magnetic under the dash. It's bendable and it'll stay where you bend it. It's just a great tool to have. It was cheap money too, short money. All right, so now we're gonna solder this for peace of mind. Put a little solder on the iron itself, on the back side, and it'll transfer the heat to the crimp. And then I just feed it into the wire. It'll suck it right to the heat. There. Undo that. Okay. Now, get it out of here. Get your heat shrink. I take my heat shrink while it's still a little warm, and I slide it right over it. Now this is marine grade heat shrink. It's got hot glue on the inside of it. So when I heat shrink it down, it'll seal it, and it'll never corrode. Here we go. So she's soldered, crimped, soldered, heat shrunk. Never have a problem with that wire. Never in a million years. So, gonna pause you guys. Okay. So we got all my harnesses routed through there, and there's another hole over here. So all those harnesses are all wire tied nice. This is my inputs and outputs harness, which I am not done with yet. That's why that's open and left out, but all the rest is tucked away. Not too much I can do with vacuum lines, so they gotta hang out. I just went over here at my wideband for the Holley and wideband gauge. I just crimped them and put them there. Wire tying them, put them there for now. It's just easy to do, you know. Other than that, I'm pretty much done under the engine, in the engine compartment for cleaning stuff up. I'm planning on this truck going faster than 1150, so I'm gonna have to change all this rubber hose out. I don't know how they feel about plastic, but I'm probably just gonna change that too as well. I have a new fuel filter, which I'm gonna put here in the engine compartment so I can clean it and change it easy if I can, if they'll let me. And I have all AN hose, steel braided line already here. Dash 8. I got dash 8 stuff, and I got dash 6 for return. Here's some of the dash 6 here. But I got 20 feet of each, which should be plenty. The truck is only fucking 14 feet long. And the fuel tank is right here, so I had to go from here to here. So that's not too far. It's like a 6 foot or an 8 foot run. If I'm being, you know, gracious, but if I'm being conservative, I could get away with less. Awesome. What kind of bug is that? Weirdo bug. Just landed on my harness. Get out of here. Don't want to go. Get out of here. Oh boy. Now he's down in the harnesses. Alright, so anyway, now I'm gonna put my attention to inside the cabin. Yeah, I don't think he liked brake clean too much. So now I'm going to concentrate on inside the cab of the truck. I'm going to get all the relays and fuses from the Holley harness screwed to something. I don't know yet. Maybe just the heater box. I got to watch out though, because there's a heater core in there, and I don't want to puncture that. Not that I really need it. We are starting into, it's June 2nd, so for some reason I heard some weirdo story that we're going to be getting sleet tonight. June 2nd. What's the weatherman saying? Sleet. It's 80 fucking degrees out and I got a goddamn t-shirt on. So, yeah. I think our weathermen here around here are dropping hits of acid or something. I don't know. So, yeah. So I'm going to concentrate on inside the cabin of the truck. Going to pause you. So, we got our wires all dealt with. There's no place under here, because this is all heater box. And I don't want to drill a hole in the heater core. So I just opted to take a zip tie and just zip tie them to the actual harnesses that they belong to. So if there's something wrong with the fuel pump relay, this is the ECM. That's the problem. If something wrong with torque converter lockup, then here we go. That's the relay for it. There's the fuse for it. So it's right with the respected harnesses that they come from. So that's just going to have to live like that, because there is no room for anything under here. All right. Now, here's our data line, our USB line, or CAN bus, I should say. That's just the life of data, of having a laptop in your fucking car all the time. You know, you gotta deal with that wire on the ground. I also got one of these cool things. It's Kingsington, made by Kingsington. plugs into your cigarette lighter, and it gives you a laptop power. So you don't have to worry about looking for an outlet to charge your laptop. You always got it right here, which is really cool. Found that from back in my towing days. So now, last but not least, well, actually, hold on, let me come over on the driver's side. All right, the driver's side's all dealt with. No wires hanging, no bullshit going on over here. Once again, another data line that goes to the small Terminator dash. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Maybe I'll just coil it up, put it in the glove box, because this is gonna be in here all the time anyway. So I don't know, it depends. Long trip, maybe I'll take that out, throw the laptop mount in the back, and then I could have that for like long trips. Not that I'm going on any long trips anytime soon, but I do have to clean this out. I'm gonna vacuum it out, and I'm actually gonna wash the truck today. I'm gonna wash it by hand, believe it or not. So, last but not least, the last wire we have to hook up in this Terminator X system is a torque converter lockup. So I have to go under the truck, I have to go under the dash, find out which wire sends 12 volt power when applied. So I got to find out. There's 4 wires on there. I'm pretty sure it's the orange wire. And then I have to tie in, solder crimp, whatever I have to do to the Holley. And then we are 100% done. It is 100% wired in, other than inputs and outputs. For boost control, trans brake, the 2-step. I do believe the 2-step, you can put it as if your brake, if it sees brake switch voltage, which it's going to be from the torque converter lockup, that can trigger your 2-step. So when you're on the brake and you give it gas, it'll go into its 2-step mode. I do believe. I have to see how to configure it. But like I said, it's been a while since I've had to deal with a Holley system. The last one was a Sniper, and that really isn't what we're dealing with. It is kind of the same, but it's not. So this is a complete engine management system, not just a fuel injection management system for like a carbureted car. So that's what I'm doing right now, the last step. All right, folks, we are out and about for our second little learning road trip. This time we got the laptop going, and that is doing my data log and my learn cycle. Learning. It's pretty nice. What I noticed with the small gauge, that I don't know if you can configure it, but there's no speedometer. With the laptop, with the big gauge setup, you at least have a speedometer hooked up. So not that that's a big deal. I can just use my phone as a GPS, but I need to use my phone so I can videotape you guys. So I can shoot a video of you guys. Videotape. Imagine that big old VHS camcorder. Yeah, that would be terrible. So yeah, we're just out cruising around. I think I might stop by my buddy's, check him out. So, a little added snippet here. Ooh. Laptop went to sleep mode. Why? Why'd you do that? Anyways, intake air temps at 107, which is nice. Good enough for a day like today. It's 85 degrees out. 80, 85, somewhere in there. Air fuel is dead on. You set your air fuel for your target for a 14.7 for cruising around, and it's dead on. You roll into it, and it drops right down to 11.8. At like, I don't know, 15 pounds. boost, which is perfect in my eyes. Still feels a little lazy on the top end though. So we are going to we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna look at the dialogue when I get home. See if I can figure out how to correct that little problem. Alright, gonna pause you guys. Yeah, buddy. Okay, we're gonna do today's wrap-up video. Went out for a couple road tests with it. Went through its self-learn mode. I transferred the learn table to the base map, and then the base map to the ECU. Drove it, and it drives perfect. Target air fuel is all working. Under normal driving or under boost, it targets what I want it to be, and it does it. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. And I also had the idle a little high. I had it set at 1,000, which was it's got a stock converter in it, so it's a little high. So I dropped that down to 700, and it idles perfect. The only problem now that I'm seeing is that it's running hot. So I'm gonna have to come up with some type of a fan shroud, or I might have to just go with a 2-speed fan, single fan but 2-speed. Maybe I have one out of a Ford Taurus, but it was too thick. So I'm gonna have to look at some other options for a cooling fan, and maybe even a thicker radiator. But so that's where we stand for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.